What up, world? It's the end of the year. Everybody is doing lists, especially for movies. So, a hip hop head, I gotta do a list for my favorite projects of 2014. It's a combo list, man. Albums, mixtapes, cause I could probably count on one hand how many mixtapes I downloaded this year, and I could probably count on my hands and feet how many albums I bought, and most of the albums I bought wasn't even really that good. I bought Schoolboy Q out of curiosity. I bought that Rick Ross Mastermind for features, and that shit was so weak I didn't even think about buying that Hood Billionaire. I bought the Roots, which was dope. 50 Cent, which it was cool to see him releasing some shit again. T.I., Wiz Khalifa, Jeezy, that Common, Big K.R.I.T, J. Cole, Run the Jewels. And as far as mixtapes, man, I think I downloaded that Slaughterhouse. I downloaded that Wale. My review just went up a couple days ago. Let's get into the countdown right now, man. Number five. Number five is that Common. Nobody Smiling. Common first album since The Dreamer with the Believer, which was dope as fuck, man. Um, I don't think Common has made a bad album since B. How you rank them is your choice. I think everybody would have B number one. Everybody shits on Universal Mind Control. I think that shit is cold as fuck. But Nobody Smiling, man. I think Kingdom was the single. I liked Kingdom. It had more features than I wanted from a Common album. You know Common is spitting. The Big Sean track was kind of a letdown because Sean wasn't saying anything at all. No Fear was dope. Black Magic was dope. Speak My Peace was dope. Hustle Harder, Real, Rewind That, like all good songs, man. So if you a Common fan and you haven't heard this, man, like you're sleeping. At number four, I got Big K.R.I.T, Cadillactica. This was a highly anticipated album, man. K.R.I.T's follow up to Live from the Underground. The cover was dope. K.R.I.T loves purple, don't he? The title track, that Cadillac Lack Lack Lack. Cadillac Lack Lack Lack. Not as feature heavy as that Common, but it had a few more tracks, man. He had Bun B, he had Lupe Fiasco, which is always welcome in my crib, in my headphones, and my speakers. Raphael Sadiq, Rico Love, Wiz Khalifa, E40. Um, that Creation, My Sub Goes. Soul Food is one of the best songs on the album. King of the South, King of the South. I'm surprised T.I. ain't really like stepped up and said anything about that shit yet. But T.I. is fading away, especially if you heard that Paperwork album. That's for another video. If I was to do my worst pickups, um, I mean Lost Generation, man. Third Eye. Just some of the standout tracks, man. Pay Attention, Soul Food, Cadillactica. Those were the singles, and what the video says, man, one of my favorite albums of the year. Number three. Number three is a 2-for-1. I'm kinda cheating. Same artist, different mixtapes. At number three, I got John Connor, one of the rising stars in hip hop, man. This dude spits like a rare few in hip hop do right now. He dropped a couple mixtapes at the beginning of the year, man. He dropped a Best in the World. Like he got this Best in the World series. My reviews are posted, but what I'm talking about, he did Best in the World Kanye. He got the late registration of a college dropout who had a dark, twisted fantasy of 808s and heartbreak. And then like a month and a half later, he dropped the Best in the World tape over all Biggie beats. A tribute to Notorious B.I.G. Volume 1, which has my motherfucking fingers crossed that he's going to do another one. Tribute to Biggie Volume 2. On that Kanye tape, though, he raps over beats from every Kanye West album. Touch the Sky, and then, Black Skinhead. Those are some of my favorite tracks that Connor raps over. The only thing that I don't like about this is that DJ Drama just talks too fucking much. But no matter what the song, man, Connor kills it. Connor kills every Kanye beat. Some better than Kanye. I know that's like blasphemy in today's hip hop society to say, but that's just how I feel. That Biggie tape, man, the same flaw with the Biggie tape, man. DJ Khaled just talks too fucking much. He raps over running, kicking the door, everyday struggle, juicy, who shot ya, notorious thug, sky's the limit. And like I said, he kills them all. He signed to Aftermath. He signed to Dr. Dre's label. Um, and he's working on his debut album, if I'm not mistaken, man. I really, really hope that y'all check out John Connor if y'all haven't already. At number 2, I got Run the Jewels 2, Killer Mike and LP. Um, this was my number 1 for so long, and then my number 1 came out, and I processed it more, and I liked it more. And then there's a feature on this Run the Jewels that I hate, and that's Gangsta Boo. That shit is laughable. That shit is Dr. Seuss raps. That shit should not have even gotten recorded. Man, Oh My Darling, Don't Cry, Blockbuster Night Part 1, Close Your Eyes, Lie, Cheat, Steal, Love Again. I love Love Again until Gangsta Boo comes on. Crown, Angel Duster, man. Like, what can I say? Like, the lyrics, Killer Mike and LP lyrics is some next level shit. And then this album got the best production I heard all year. If I was doing a video based on beats, this would be number 1, hands down. At number 1, my favorite album all year, the highest selling hip hop album of the year, J. Cole, 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I'm a huge J. Cole fan. I fuck with everything he drops. Born Center was my favorite album last year, if you haven't seen that video. Um, and then if I could go back and redo that video though, it's crazy because Run the Jewels would have been number 2 instead of number 3. But I was on that Eminem at the time, and now that Eminem isn't as strong to me a year later. But J. Cole, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, man, it's like Rock Nation, Jay-Z set him free to do what he wanted, and he had this idea, man, no singles, no features, all Cole. And he crushed it, man. Wet Dreams is one of the best songs I've heard all year. Get Off My Dick goes hard. Apparently goes hard. Shit that you could even consider weak aren't even really songs. They're just beats that he's using for the intro, for the outro. My man thinks Central Pay might be one of the weakest tracks. I say Hello might be one of the weakest tracks, but I still like them. If you put a gun to my head and say pick the weakest track on that J. Cole, then those are what I'm gonna say. Fire Squad created a little bit of a stir. Fire Squad is the best beat on the album in my opinion. A Tale of Two Cities, '03 Adolescence, January 28th, like they're all dope, man. I don't skip any song on this fucking CD. And like I wanted to say in my review for this shit and forgot to, I hope J. Cole moves across the street so we can get 2015 Forest Hills Drive next year. And like J. Cole spitting, man, his growth, man, his production, man, it's all dope. So that's my list, man. At 5 is Common. At 4 is Big K.R.I.T. At 3 was John Connor. At 2 was Run the Jewels. And at 1 was J. Cole. Do you agree with my shit? Do you have more mixtapes? Do you have more albums? Do you have different artists? A lot of y'all probably heard way more than I did. Share your list. Give me 10. Give me 5. Give me your favorite overall. It don't matter. Man, last question, man. What are your expectations for hip-hop in 2015? I mean, as for me, man, I can't wait for that Lupe Fiasco album. Wale's, the album About Nothing comes out at the end of March. I hope Kendrick comes out soon. I hope the big names, man, Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem, I hope they all come out with new shit. And just less lame, man. Less hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck the commercialization of hip hop. Like I think I made a video about my expectations for hip hop this year. I want hip hop to get back to being an intimidating force, and motherfuckers like frown on hip hop because it's still an art form, but like rapping is a synonym for talking shit. Like, more rappers get out there and say that you the best and don't be afraid to say what you feel and just shit like that, man. Just find me where you find me as always, man. Peace.